Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First category is the British Royal series. Okay, so now these books are not like related to each other, like ये कोई series में नहीं है, but these are about British Royals, right? तो मैंने उसको अपने आप में ही नाम दे दिया British Royal series. So I think पिछले साल से मेरे को शौक चढ़ गया जब से मेरे पास like PDF का एक वेबसाइट्स का जब से मुझे एक अच्छा वेबसाइट मुझे मिला जी लाइब्रेरी करके, तो तब से आई एम लाइक बीन ऑब्सेसिंग ओवर अ लॉट ऑफ प्रिंसेस डायना बुक्स एंड अ लॉट ऑफ ब्रिटिश रॉयल बुक्स. पता नहीं क्या शौक चढ़ गया मुझे. आई ऑल्सो गॉट इनटू क्राउन अ लॉट. बाय द वे उसका न्यू सीजन आने वाला है. आई एम सो एक्साइटेड. इट्स कमिंग दिस न्यू मंथ, दैट इज़ नवंबर में आने वाला है. बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ. सीजन 6 है आई गेस. या so anyways, coming back to the topic, so I've got really excited about their life, especially Diana. I don't know why, I just got very excited about them. So I had read earlier 2 or 3 Diana books, Diana in her own words by herself, like उसने एक दूसरे ऑथर को अपना लाइफ स्टोरी बताया फ्रॉम, आई थिंक इट वॉज अ वेरी बिग कंट्रोवर्शियल थिंग कि उन्होंने अपने पैलेस में, बकिंगम पैलेस में बैठ के शी गेव इंटरव्यू टू समबडी आउटसाइड एंड एंड्रयू समथिंग गाय, आई फॉरगॉट द नेम ऑल्सो. तो दैट गाय आई थिंक गेव इंटरव्यू. फिर उसका उन्होंने इंटरव्यू बहुत ही छुपके से उन्होंने सीक्रेटली किया ताकि अंदर वालों को पता ना चले एंड बाहर वालों को पता ना चले. एंड देन दे डिस्क्लोज्ड इट, ब्रॉडकास्टेड इट समथिंग. एंड उसी चीज़ का उन्होंने एक बुक लिखा है, डायना इन हर ओन वर्ड्स. इट्स ब्यूटिफुल, यू हैव टू रीड इट. इट्स वेरी हार्ट ब्रेकिंग एक्चुअली. क्या करें. एनीवेज, सो दैट इज़ दैट बुक. 2 बुक्स तो वो मैंने बहुत पहले पढ़े थे एंड आई थिंक आई हैव स्पोकन अबाउट देम. इफ आई हैव नॉट, देन आई एम जस्ट रिमाइंडिंग यू गाइज. Anyways, the first book in my this year's list is Kate the Future Queen. ऑथर्स का नाम मैं अभी मेंशन नहीं कर रही, मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में नीचे लिख लूँगी, जाके देख लेना. राइट नाउ दिमाग में नहीं आएगा, बाद में मैं एडिट करते वक्त डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में लिख लूँगी, देख लेना. सो दिस इज़ अबाउट ऑब्वियसली बाय द नेम कैथरीन, जो है प्रिंस विलियम की बीवी, द फ्यूचर क्वीन ऑफ ब्रिटिश मोनार्क. तो मोनार्की, तो उनके बारे में आई लव हर, आई लव विलियम, आई लव कैथरीन इन दैट फैमिली मोर सो. अब तो क्वीन की भी डेथ हो गई, सो आई ओनली लव विलियम एंड कैथरीन एंड डायना. सो या, सो इट्स अबाउट her life story, her college romance with William, how they spend time with each other before their wedding and their kids. I think till Prince George वहाँ तक का है, बाकी 2 बच्चों का नहीं है. प्रिंस जॉर्ज तक का पूरा उनका जो लव स्टोरी, लाइफ स्टोरी जो भी है, इट्स ब्यूटिफुल. सो इट्स अ गुड लाइट हार्टेड, गुड रोमांस लाइफ जर्नी बुक, तो यू कैन रीड दैट. Number 2 is Elizabeth the Queen, of course about the late queen, her majesty. It's about her life. Oh, I love this book so much. Actually मैंने उनके लाइफ में इतना डेप्थ है ये सोचा भी नहीं. वो मेरा भी एक ओपिनियन था अबाउट हर, बट दैट स्टिल रिमेन्स एनीवेज. some are fact, some are fiction or whatever, but at the end of the day her life is very magnanimous. बहुत कुछ हुआ उनकी लाइफ में, अगर आप पढ़ोगे तब आपको पता चलेगा. बुक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग तरीके में लिखा गया है. यू हैव टू रीड दिस बुक. Very funny and very interesting facts about her life with her husband, with her children, and oh my god, such a hard life. Truly, it felt like she was living on a pile of gold and silver. Yes, she did, but it's still hard. You don't get time for your children, you don't get time for your husband. You have to sacrifice a lot of things, and also on top of that you're a woman, right? So it was very hard. So those 2 books. Then on the last of this royal series books, मतलब ये लोग ये connected नहीं है ये books, but same ही family के लोगों के बारे में. Okay, the last one is another Diana book, the Diana, William and Harry. So this is about Diana. It's like छोटे 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 date wise लिखा हुआ. It's almost like a diary entry kind of a thing, like okay, August 11 1994, then next September 14 1997, like that. तो ऐसे डेट वाइज डायना का इम्पॉर्टेंट लाइफ के मोमेंट्स टिल हर डेथ, एंड ऑल्सो अ लिटिल अबाउट हर सन्स एंड हाउ दे फाउंड देयर वाइफ्स. तो ये एक डायना और उनके बच्चों की लाइफ स्टोरी है इन अ वेरी क्रिस्प मैनर. ज़्यादा टाइम ज़ाया नहीं किया है इसको लिखते वक्त. सो इन अ वेरी क्रिस्प मैनर, इफ़ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट फैमिली, यू कैन रीड दैट. If you don't want to read the Diana in her Own Life and all of the Diana books, you can go and read this. So this is a nice story. I think this I read last night only. This I read completed last night only. So that is the end of my royal series. Next we have mythology series, right? So this one was very much in my waiting list. ये actually college में मुझे मैं थी तब मुझे इसके बारे में पता चला. इनफैक्ट ये बुक काफ़ी पुराना है and it's very much popular on Indian book shelves and wherever, जहाँ भी बुक्स का कलेक्शन इंडिया में जहाँ भी देखो तो ये बुक है. ये नाम है, इस ऑथर का नाम है. I know it's not चेतन भागर, it's Amish Tripathi. So I haven't मैंने अभी तक उनका बुक कोई भी पढ़ा नहीं था. So I thought जब मुझे ये ऐप मिला फ़ोन का तो I was like, the first thing I saw was this and I was like, yes, let's do this, right? टाइम है मेरे पास तो मैं पढ़ ही लेती हूँ. So what I did was I began. So Amish Tripathi has like Hindu mythology books. So these are mythology fiction. So you don't have to take it too hard if by any chance Christian mutuals are watching this. These are fiction stuff. ठीक है, उसको उसी तरीके से लो. ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाने की ज़रूरत नहीं कि ऐसा क्यों पढ़े हम इनका and all of that. It's just fiction. Read it like that. Okay. So coming back to the point. So he has like 2 trilogies और भी बहुत सारे books हैं, but major उनके जो 2 trilogies है, एक है the Shiva trilogy and the second is the Ram series, the Chandra series. Yeah. So मैंने रामचंद्र and these are all like standalone books. आपको समझ में आ ही जाएगा, but still it's highly recommended कि आप पहले वाले, especially Shiva trilogy में it's recommended कि आप सारे books पढ़ो तो ज़्यादा समझ में आएगा. But I think रामचंद्र series is more standalone-ish because मैंने रामचंद्र का नीचे से पढ़ना पहले शुरू किया. तो I read Raavan because this is a character again, because maybe दशहरा का सीजन चल रहा है, that's why होगा. This is a character you've been seen in movies and TV and everything, and obviously he's an evilish character or whatever that is been written about it. But here Amish tries to show him for who he is in a human form. You know, he puts fiction into it. He retells the mythology and he tries to bring more life into Raavan, somebody everyone is scared of, hates, or you know, I don't know, loathes a lot. But who is he? So he tries to make Raavan the protagonist of the story. तो उसके बारे में उसके अमीश के imagination के हिसाब से who Raavan is and what he is, and every human being at the end of the day are all grey. We are not saints or something, we are all grey. No one is light here and no one is dark here, everyone is grey, right? So we all have good and bad shades in our life, and a lot of times in our life हमारे कामों के वजह से हम कोई कुछ और बन जाते हैं. Some people become dark because of certain things happening to them in their life, you know, like even terrorists. You really can't really blame them. Sometimes they've gone through so many bad experiences that make them who they are at the end of the day. So yeah, basically that's sort of a story. It's very interesting actually. मुझे पढ़कर I love the writing style. मुझे बड़ा पसंद आया. And I know I love Sanskrit. I was very good at Sanskrit because Sanskrit was like, again, Malayalam was derived from Sanskrit. So Hindi is derived from Sanskrit, and I know Malayalam. I learned Malayalam to read and write and everything. So to read all those Sanskrit words for me was very interesting. I love languages in general, you know, mostly essay languages, which I am like very interested in. So I loved the whole writing style, the characters, the twist. I liked how he really, you know, you can't put that book down. Once you start reading, you're like very, oh my god, you can really vividly imagine that. That's the best thing about any writer, कि जब आप लिखते हो तो सामने वाला रीडर उसको इमेजिन कर पाए. दैट इज़ देयर सक्सेस. तो रावण गॉट मी लाइक रियली हुक्ड टू अमिश त्रिपाठी, एंड आई वाज लाइक ठीक है भाई, अब तो मैं सारा पढ़ूंगी इसका बुक्स बैठ के. सो आई रेड रावण, आई लव्ड इट. नेक्स्ट आई एम गोइंग टू रीड सीता. सो दैट्स राम, सीता, रावण, the main 3 characters that we all know about. तो उन तीनों का ट्रिलॉजी इज़ रामचंद्र सीरीज. तो राम का मैंने शुरू किया, बट देन बीच में मैंने हाफवे में छोड़ दिया. आई डोंट नो, इट जस्ट डिड नॉट give me that vibes. Maybe later on I will go back to read it, but I'm gonna read Sita's definitely. I want to know her, what he does with Sita here, because we see a little bit of Sita in Raavan's story as well, and it's very interesting, that backstory little. थोड़ा एक हिंट मैं दे देती हूँ, तो अगर आप वो पढ़ोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा उसमें क्या होगा. I mean, a little of a backstory. So it's very interesting. So I might be reading Sita very soon. So after Raavan, I read the Shiva trilogy. उसमें 3 books है. Like I said, trilogy है तो 3 books है. Very 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 addictive. Like seriously, first book पढ़कर ही I was like, oh my god. इसने literally mythology को कैसे घुमा फिरा के उसको उसका भी interesting imaginative way में उसने उसको लिखा है. Like mind blowing. It's so good. You have to read it. Like if you love fiction, you have to read this. It's so good. It's very good. Also because I know mythology, because I am interested in mythology in general, so I kind of already know the story, what happens to these particular mythological characters in Indian context. So it was very interesting to see how Amish puts them together in his imaginative narration, कि मतलब ऐसा ऐसा करके ओ अच्छा ये वाला मोमेंट आ गया, तो it was like ओ अच्छा उसने ऐसे किया. It's so interesting, you know, the way he wrote it. It's beautiful. You have to read it, and yeah, I think you should be proud of him. Yeah. So that is my Hindu mythology series. That is Amish Tripathi series. And then there is another Suhail Dev kind of, एक और ऐसे 2-4 और books है उसके, which I might read maybe जब time मिलेगा तो. So that is that. We've covered a lot of books now. Now next on my list is an Egypt book. Is a book, or the book on Pharaoh's wife. Okay, now pharaohs are Egyptian rulers. Ancient Egypt के rulers को pharaohs बोलते हैं, वहाँ के राजाओं को. तो the first pharaoh, the second pharaoh, the third pharaoh, and they all have their own respective names which are like big and you can't really pronounce. Anyways, so इजिप्ट में मोस्टली क्या होता था कि दे यूज टू डाई वेरी क्विकली बिकॉज ऑफ फेमाइंस, बिकॉज ऑफ इलनेस. और उस ज़माने में वैक्सीनेशन ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं था, या ज़्यादा क्योर नहीं होता था, उतना मेडिसिन का एडवांसमेंट नहीं था. इस वजह से बच्चे जो होते हैं मोस्टली से किंग्स होते हैं, किंग्स के जो क्राउन प्रिंसेस होते हैं वो जल्दी जल्दी मर जाते थे, राइट. बिकॉज ऑफ विच people were married very early on in their lives. Like 12-13 में तुम लोग की शादी, बच्चों की शादी करा देते थे, राजा के बच्चों की, within the family only, you know, full incest ही उस हर ज़माने में यही होता था. So yeah, so used to get married like that, and then their children, and when the father dies, the young father dies, the young child becomes the ruler of Egypt, lower and upper Egypt. ऐसा होता था, डिवाइड था. तो लोअर एंड अपर इजिप्ट का वो राजा बन जाता था, और वो राजा बनने के बाद वो बच्चा है, बच्चा क्या रूल करेगा, तो उसकी माँ जो होती है वो क्वीन रीजेंट बन जाती है. मतलब सारा संभालती वो है, बट नाम बच्चे का होता था. मतलब स्टैम्प उसका होता था, अथॉरिटी उसका होता था, बट मोस्टली सब कुछ पीछे से बच्चा पपेट होता था और माँ सब कुछ चलाती थी. तो ये एक सिचुएशन था जब तक बच्चा वो बड़ा होके खुद ना संभाल पाए, एंड मोस्टली ये लोग बचपन में मर जाते थे. तो इन लोगों की स्टोरी बेसिकली ये है. बट ऐसे किंगडम में, ऐसे एंशिएंट कंट्री में, for the first time for many years there was this one woman. It's about her. The book is called The Woman Who Would Be King. So basically ये queen regent बनी काफ़ी सालों तक, and I think at the end of it her own son could not like really rule, or died before that only. So she was like, her husband died very young, her father died when she was very young, she got married at a young age, and then her son also died. So practically काफ़ी सालों तक she was the queen of Egypt. So it's a very very interesting. I love all these stuff. मुझे cultures, मुझे mythology, मुझे ancient ये सब पढ़ने का बड़ा शौक है. आई डोंट नो, पहले भी हिस्ट्री में बहुत शौक था, बट आजकल कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो गया, टू द पॉइंट कि आई समटाइम्स रिग्रेट कि मैंने हिस्ट्री क्यों नहीं लिया, you know, because I really seem to be like too much into it. Like these days I'm like a history buff. Like even in the favorites that I've saved, it's all culture, this, that, this country's history, that country's history, वो ancient, पता नहीं क्या क्या मैं ढूंढती रहती हूँ. डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज भी आजकल यही देखती हूँ. सो आई फील लाइक अ वेरी गुड पर्सन these days, like a very knowledgeable person. I don't know, history makes you feel really good, I think. So yeah, that book, The Woman Who Would Be King, is there. Then there is a book called Princess Sultana. It is also a trilogy, if I'm not wrong, by Sasson. Yeah. So again, I'll put the authors in the description below, right? Okay, so this is a real life story. Very hard to believe, but yeah, hard to believe मतलब little hard for the faint लोगों के लिए नहीं है ये. थोड़ा मैं मुश्किल है. Remember I talked to you guys about the last girl by Nadia Murad, about an ISIS woman, slave, who was made slave by the ISIS, by about a Yazidi woman who was made a slave by the ISIS. So something similar to that. This is but a real life story of a Saudi Arabian princess, and the kind of life she led from her childhood to the time she got married, and even like to her adult life, her old age तक का पूरा है story. तो लाइक कैसे ज़िंदगी है होती है लड़कियों की मोस्टली इन मिडिल ईस्ट में, ऐसे राजाओं के घरों में, क्या बोलते हैं जैसे रॉयल हाउसेस ऑफ मिडिल ईस्ट, इनमें मोस्टली इन लोग को पावर नहीं होता है. वह हर जगह वुमेन को पावर नहीं होता है, बट वहाँ कुछ ज़्यादा ही दे आर वेरी पावरलेस. दे जस्ट यू थिंक ओ दे आर लिविंग गुड लाइफ, दे आर लिविंग ऑन यॉट्स एंड हैविंग parties or lavish birthday gifts or whatever, but no, they're having a very bad and sad life. एजुकेशन नहीं मिलता इन लोगों को शादी करने का कोई फ्रीडम नहीं है, या प्यार करने का फ्रीडम नहीं है, ज़िंदगी जीने का फ्रीडम नहीं है बेसिकली. सो दे आर लाइक caged in a very golden, they're trapped in a golden cage situation, right? It's a very sad story actually. So half through I was like, oh my god, I really can't read this now, this is too much, this is so sad. And it really made me thank God 100 times कि thank you for making me born in this family. अच्छा किया मुझे कोई रानी महारानी बना के नहीं पैदा किया ऐसे घरों में. all I could not have lived and all. I can't even dream, imagine that nightmarish kind of a life. Like be grateful. These stories you should read actually. आप लोगों को reality पता होना चाहिए, because that will make you even more grateful that you have a good family. No one is forcing you to marry random idiots on the rasta. Like no one's forcing you to leave your education. I mean, that is a thing to be debated about, but yeah, you're living a good life. You have freedom to an extent. You can have your own opinions. You can say what you want. You have social media like this to use. You can use it. Your government does not stop you from using it. I mean, that is also debatable, but yeah, so there's a lot of things to be grateful for about when you read these things. Okay, so that is, and this is a trilogy. मेरा first part पढ़ के I was like ठीक है भाई, हो गया, मैं second third में नहीं जा रही. First में मेरा goodbye टाटा हो गया, but it's a very good realistic book. You have to read it. मतलब नाम change किया है, सिचुएशंस भी हल्का उधर उधर किया, बट मोस्टली इट्स अ रियल स्टोरी. एक प्रिंसेस ने लिटरली लाइक डायना का केस में मैंने बताया वैसे ही एक ऑथर को पर्सनली बोला. वो बहुत काफ़ी जाने माने एक ऑथर है, तो ऐसे स्टोरीज़ को बहुत ही बोल्डली तरीके से लिखते हैं. तो उनको बोला कि प्लीज़ मेरी स्टोरी दुनिया को दिखाओ, सुनाओ कि ये हमारे साथ हो रहा है. आप लोगों को लगता है वी आर ऑल लिविंग गुड लाइफ, बट नो वी आर नॉट. दैट इज़ अबाउट दैट. Then we're coming to travel culture series. So this is about, I told you, I got into travel and culture, and I have like a whole bunch of things saved in my list. अब वो सब पढ़ना शुरू करना पड़ेगा. So next series of book talks will be about all those things. I cannot wait to start reading them, and I think I'm going to be doing a lot of classics. I told you, right, I'm trying to get into that mood where I am going to be reading almost all the books that I should be reading in this world before I die. So I'm in that mood these days. So I might take a future in literature path only, or maybe something different from it, depends. But whatever it is, I'm going to never stop reading, because that is something that has made me really happy, and I really want to like really concentrate on it in the future as well. Okay, so in my travel culture series, I've got 3 books so far that I've read. So number 1 is Heirs to Forgotten Kingdoms. So this is again about ethnic minorities जो होती हैं in countries. We even in our countries we have जो जैसे पारसीज हो गए हमारे countries में, तो उनका रिलीजन है ज़ोरोएस्ट्रियनिज़म. ये तो मुझे भी नहीं पता था ऐसा भी कुछ है. लाइक ज़ोरोएस्ट्रियनिज़म सुना है, बट ये नहीं पता था कि पारसीज और ये लोग रिलेटेड है. सो थिंग्स लाइक दैट. So it's about them, it's about Kurds, it's about Yazidis, right? So all these ethnic minority groups जो countries में दूर देशों में रहते हैं, community बना के छोटा सा, उनका religion, उनका belief, उनके साथ क्या हो रहा है. So in a short summary, like chapter like about a few like 5-10 ethnic minorities. ये उन लोग की कहानी है, उन लोग के बारे में जनरल नॉलेज टाइप है. सो हेयर्स टू फॉरगॉटन किंगडम्स, वेरी ब्यूटिफुल थिंग. बेसिक नॉलेज के लिए पढ़ो तो अच्छा है. इट्स गुड, इट्स नाइस टू नो अबाउट दीज थिंग्स. देन आई रेड 5 or 6 cultural Korean books. So I don't even remember कि अब उसका नाम क्या था. Last book in my list for today is Finding Jesus in Israel. Oh my god. Okay, so this book is my absolute favorite. Like मेरे पास पैसे आएंगे the first thing I will do is buy this book and keep this in my shelf for life, because trust me guys, you have to have it. If you're a Christian, please buy this. Even if you're not a Christian, buy this. Like if you love culture, if you love travel, if you love good funny, humorous, good writing that will make you like inspired to write something on your own. Like writing अभी क्या लिख दिया उसने, इतना मज़ा आ रहा है, ऐसा टाइप का writing. If you like travel writing, if you love somebody talking about the places they've been to a country or something in a very fun, cool, chilled way, not a very bookish, typical extra informative way कि भैया पढ़ने का दिल ही नहीं कर रहा, ये क्या लिख लिया करके. So then this is the book for you. Have to. And if you're a Christian, you have to buy this on your shelf. Please read this book, please buy this book, because it's so good. It talks about Israel, and Israel has been on my list for so many years. I really want to go there before things really go really down bad for them. Like I hope I get to see the places that I need to see. And trust me, it talks about the places that nobody usually goes. When you go, usually लोग क्या करते हैं, पहले से book करके जाते हैं. All the denominations and Christians, they all have certain places to go and visit in Israel. तो क्या होता है, वो guide जो बताते हैं आप वहीं जाते हो, और जगह पे नहीं जा पाते. You don't really explore Israel as such. You only go to certain places, watch them, have a look at them, and you come back. ये बंदा हर जगह गया है वहाँ पे, like हर जगह गया. He's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a producer, music producer, also an evangelist. So he's amazing, and the way he has written things, oh my god, like literally he's going to end a chapter. Every chapter ends in a biblical quote with something like, who do you say I am, like Jesus said. And the way he talks about things, and oh my god, like he made me really imagine Bible in that way. Like usually when you read Bible, you don't really imagine it in your head, like okay, ye ho raha hai, like you usually read books. At least not for me, I have not done that. But when he writes, okay, Jesus might have stood on that rock and did this preaching and this, and while I'm also standing there and stuff. It's so good, yeah, it's so good. How do I say this? It's so good. And the way he's written facts and facts and facts alone, and truths and more truths, it's so good. Like amazing. Every Christian has to read this book. It's so good. It will really make you want to be there, and at least for once in your life you should be able to see those things, because these are the stuff you have read, these are the stuff you believe in, and when you finally see it, I think it's one of a kind of an experience. And it's beautiful, it's beautiful. And I love the fact that he really emphasizes on the thing ki everybody looks at Israel and then says they have a whole Israel geek thing going on कि मतलब वहाँ जाकर ही हमको salvation मिलेगा, वहाँ जाकर ही हमको belief होगा बाइबल में, या वहाँ जाकर उस पत्थर पे छूते वक्त ही हमको feeling आएगी about Jesus. So but he's like, no, you can feel Jesus in every corner of the world, in your house, in the washroom, in the bus, in the train. You don't really have to be in Israel to feel that way, so he really does all those stuff as well in the mid of it, which is very cool. I think sometimes we get into the whole celebrity thing, celebrity status stuff, celebrity singers, pastors, all that stuff. Even I get into it, so it's very easy to go down that hole. But he pulls you out of that, for a minute, and he tells you the reality of things. So that's very cool. I love the writing. I love the way he talks about Jesus. I love the way he talks about our culture, our belief, and most importantly, the way he paints Israel. It's so beautiful through his eyes, and very, very, very underrated Israel that you are going to see through him, and you would really want to go there yourself. So please give these books your time, give them a read. You definitely are going to love all these books. And if hopefully I can buy these books for myself also. And पता नहीं अब नेक्स्ट वीडियो कब आने वाला है, कुछ लाइफ में इंटरेस्टिंग होगा तो दिखाऊंगी, अदरवाइज टाटा। एनीवेज हैप्पी हॉलीडेज टू ऑल ऑफ यू गाइज, एंजॉय योर हॉलीडेज। घर में बैठो, वैसे भी बहुत पोल्यूशन है यार, मास्क लगा के घूमो अगर इफ़ यू। एंड आई वॉज रियली सिक फॉर like 2 weeks or something. I got cold, everybody in the house got cold. I still have cold, like it's just not going anywhere. I don't know what's wrong. Usually cold 2 दिन में चला जाता है, ये तो पता नहीं 4-5 एक हफ्ते से मेरे सर पे कोल्ड चढ़ा हुआ है. It's not going only. So I was very sick. I was not getting out of my bed. I'm just doing everything from there only. So it was a very weird sort of situation. Also life was in a lot of chaos, so I did not really had in me to do a video. But anyways, good things are going to happen hopefully to me and to you. This year is going to really end. I cannot believe that. And this video is going very long as well, so let me just close it by saying God bless you guys. Thank you for being so patient with me, for watching my videos, for encouraging me, for liking me, for giving me a like, for giving me comments which you guys don't give. So please comment below down as well. बताओ तुम लोग कैसे हो, जो भी देखते हो यार बता ही दो तुम लोग कैसे हो. और अपना ख्याल रखो, अपनी फैमिली का ख्याल रखो. टेक केयर. अभी भी कोविड ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है. देयर आर पीपल हु आर गेटिंग कोविड, सो टेक केयर ऑफ़ योर सेल्फ. मास्क लगाए घूमो. बाहर इतना ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन है, आई कांट इवन ओपन माई विंडो बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑल द डैम शिट पोल्यूशन. सो या टेक केयर ऑफ़ योर सेल्फ, ऑफ योर हेल्थ. एंड या आई विल सी यू होपफुली वेरी सून. मे बी कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग लाइफ में हुआ तो डेफिनेटली. सो टिल देन टेक केयर, बाय बाय.